Let's go. Let's go. What's up? Alright, I'm gonna get started. What's up, Christian? What's up, Edward? My Facebook got fucking deactivated. What's up, what's up? Alright, let's get to it. So today I'm gonna do a double session, so it's gonna be fucking jam-packed. So I'm about to get straight into it. We'll wait one more minute and then I'm gonna get started straight away. Yeah, I'm doing a double session today because fuck it. So stay tuned. I've got a lot to talk about. You can ask me questions at the end. Yeah, you know the drill. What's up, guys? Thanks for tapping in. We'll go ahead and get started because I've got a double session today, so it's going to be a bit lengthy. So yeah, we'll go ahead and just get started now, I guess. You guys ready? Are you guys ready? Okay. My sound all good? You guys can hear me all good? We're all good? Just tap a 1 in the chat if you can hear me all good. Alright, let's get it. Alright, we're about to get started then. I'm going to get straight into it. So this week I'm doing a double session. We're going to explore 2 different topics. The first part is explaining the sales funnel. So I'm going to delve into the entire sales funnel, what the whole thing means, and talk about each step of the sales funnel. And then I'm going to be talking about how to build a team and how to launch a product launching system. So let's get to it. Week 6, let's go. So the sales funnel explained. So what is the sales funnel? So a lot of people checked out my video last week and they were all like, yeah, wait, that's really cool. Like all that direct response stuff is all good, but how do I actually apply it to my business? Because obviously, like if you're running a brand or say, for instance, you're running a clothing label, you don't want to just promote sales messages all the time, right? It's going to cheapen your brand. It's going to make your shit look tacky. So this thing, the sales process, there's 4 stages of the sales process, and this actually goes back to ancient times, like when sales pretty much started. So a lot of people hitting me up like, oh, I love the new school method of like you teaching sales. No, it's not new. This is all old shit, like old shit, way before my time. But digital marketing, we've kind of just like not reinvented the wheel, but like kind of just taken this to the next level. So I'm going to explain what this all means, okay? So the sales funnel, essentially, there's 4 steps in the sales process, and this goes with anything, okay? So the first stage is the awareness stage. The second stage is the interest stage. The third stage is the decision stage. And the fourth stage is the action stage. And those are the 4 different stages of the sales process, okay? With any type of sales, whatever it is, okay? And then, so in digital marketing terms, we've taken this and called it the top funnel, the middle funnel, and bottom funnel, okay? So the top funnel, or TOFU, is called is the awareness stage. The middle funnel is the consideration stage, and the bottom funnel is the decision stage. And then after the decision stage is the after purchase stage, okay? So this is essentially the same thing, but in digital marketing terms. So you can see it's the same sort of graph there, okay? So we call it the top funnel, middle funnel, and bottom funnel. So I'm going to explain what all this means in the next slide. So top funnel, what is that? So top funnel content is designed for the awareness stage. It's all the social media shit that you put out, all the brand awareness shit you put out. That's all top funnel stuff, okay? In digital marketing terms. So buyers don't yet know about your business or your brand, and you want to get their attention. And this is why you put out top funnel content. So it could be like anything to do with just social media posts, lookbooks, videos, whatever it might be. And then the middle funnel consists of the consideration stage, where people are aware of your product or your brand, but they're not yet interested in buying, or they haven't committed yet to buying. So they're kind of just thinking about it at this stage. They're just aware of your brand or whatever. And then the bottom funnel content is designed for the decision stage. This is where you want the people aware and considering your brand to make a decision and buy your product or whatever it is, your service or whatever it is, okay? So this content should convince them that your solution is the best. So the bottom funnel content essentially is the most direct response salesy type of messages that I discussed with you guys last week, but we'll get into more detail about this now. Okay, so top funnel awareness stage. What are different types of top funnel content? Well, the most so just to so you guys are aware of what the top funnel audience consists of. It's just like the broad audience, okay? It's the most general audience. They're not specific to your brand or your product, and they're just like in the awareness stage. So it can be a big pool of people, okay? And the type of top funnel content that you can push are things like social media posts, social media ads, short videos, partnership content, or collaboration content, or things like that, okay? So you just, in the top funnel stage, you just want to understand what your prospects consume and how, okay? What niche are your prospects in, and like what type of things do they consume, okay? So this is the stage where you want to just get your prospects' attention, okay? And you want to do that by just promoting your cool brand or that cool stuff that kind of just stands out for your brand, okay? So what are some examples of top funnel content? I've taken HighSmell's Instagram here, but this is essentially a typical example of what top funnel content looks like. So social media posts, social media ads, influencer partnerships and endorsements, and infographics. So another one is this one on the right here. It's a editorial email that HBX Hypebeast sent me, and it's just a blog, you know, it's just a blog article, okay? So it's just an introduction email, essentially. There's no real sales message here. It's just saying we have a new editorial that's out now. So that's an example of top funnel content, okay? Middle funnel content is the consideration stage. So this audience is a little bit more targeted than the top funnel content. And this type of audience meets the buyer persona criteria. So these type of people are either interested in your brand or your product and the benefits that you might provide, okay? It may already be a lead. And this HighSmell ad here is just an example of what a middle funnel ad looks like. You can see that it's not overly salesy. There's no promotion message there. There's no sale now or nothing like that. It just explains what the product does, white teeth in 10 minutes, and then just gives you a shop link. So it's not overly salesy. It's just the middle funnel content that kind of just promotes your product and your benefits, okay? And not overly selly. Another example of middle funnel content is this Hypebeast email on the right here. It says, hey, exclusive release dropping 1st of May. Here again, it's not overly selly. There's no promotion message, there's no sales message. It's just saying we're releasing an exclusive range on the 1st of May. So other examples of middle funnel content might include email drip, in-depth blogs, relevant news, checklists, ebooks, and stuff like that. Okay, and now bottom funnel content. This is what when the decision stage should be made. So this audience is a bit more narrow than the middle funnel content audience, okay? And they're interested in your specific product or your brand, and they're ready to buy now. So these guys are high value. So these guys are the ones that you want to drive immediate sales for. These are the ones that you want to drive that FOMO, scarcity, urgency, all those kind of messages to these guys. So here are some examples from Hypebeast and another clothing label called This Is Never That. And this is they send this to me because I've shopped with them in the past. So they send me special sales messages every so often to my email. So you can see here on the bottom one, it says extra 20% off sale on now, ends this time, and use code blah blah blah. That's a typical example of bottom funnel content with a sales message. And then look at the one on the right, 15% off with code, free worldwide shipping, shop now. Okay, so this is all examples of bottom funnel content. Let me just see if you guys are with me. Yeah, what it is, what's up? Am I moving too fast? We better catch up, bitch. Alright, next page is the okay, so bottom funnel content. What kind of like content do you need to create? So you need to understand the customer's problems here, okay? And you want a platform to present the possible solution. So whether it's email, social media advertising, whatever it might be, doesn't matter the channel that you choose, it's just the messaging. Okay, you want to entice them to buy a product or try a service in the bottom funnel content. Okay. So here, good things for bottom funnel content. Good content you can use are case studies, testimonials, product demonstrations, product features, product comparisons, like with other products and stuff like that. Webinars or webinars if you're doing like digital products. Giveaways is an example of bottom funnel content. Coupons, sales, and one-time offers. This is probably the most typical example of bottom funnel content. As I showed you guys those emails before, all they're driving is like store-wide sales or like one-time off sales or something like that. It's pretty much designed to generate immediate sales. So they say this code expires, let's go back to it, code expires on the 3rd of May, so I better use it before then. And so, you know, they're promoting urgency and scarcity and all these kind of things, all these messages here. It's almost like it's the last chance you have to buy or something like that, you know. Another good example is user-generated content. So using like testimonials or user-submitted photos and stuff will work really well in the bottom funnel content, because you're essentially saying, hey, like, look at all these other happy customers that have used my product. Why don't you give it a go as well, because you might be missing out for these reasons, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this is essentially the sales process in digital marketing terms in a nutshell: top funnel, middle funnel, and bottom funnel. And with this, you can apply it to more, I guess, brand orientated businesses, because obviously, you know, a lot of people that run clothing labels or this kind of stuff have been hitting me up lately, and they're like, hey, it's really good stuff, but I don't know how to apply this stuff. So essentially what I tell them is you have to talk to the right people in the right stage of the buying process. We call it the customer journey, okay? So people that are just finding out about your brand, you don't want to promote just a sales message to them, right? You don't want to just go, hey, 50% off my entire store, because it cheapens your brand from the get-go. They've just discovered your brand, and off the bat, you're already running a store-wide sale. Chances are they're going to kind of get used to those sales, or like just look at your brand like it's a little bit cheaper than other brands that never run sales and stuff. So you don't want to promote sales to the whole lot audience. You want to only promote it to the certain type of warm audiences, okay? So you warm them up with the top funnel content, and essentially what you're doing is you're moving people down each step of the funnel, okay? So top funnel, you're pushing them down to giving them a nudge to be more involved with your brand, which is middle funnel content. They're more engaged with your brand now. They might have liked your page, they might visit your website, they might be subscribed to your website email list or something like that. So these guys are just taking an extra step to be more engaged with your brand or business. And then once they've engaged with your brand or business, you want to convert them to bottom funnel, like hot audiences. audiences. This is where you want to convert them into dollars, okay? Because they might be hanging around just a fan of your brand forever and never purchase anything if you never tell them to. So you want to nudge them to the next step of the funnel so they are actual customers, paying customers of yours. And then after you've done that, what you do is you make them brand loyal and you make them repeat customers, which is the post-purchase pretty much part of the sales funnel, okay? So I'll move along now. So post-purchase, after-purchase, this is essentially the types of messages that typical businesses run. So it's obviously narrow audiences. They're all previous customers and they're interested in forging a relationship with your company or your brand, okay? So these guys are very high value. And if it's anything, you should be looking after these guys, the guys that have already bought from you, okay? Because these guys are wanting to connect with your brand on a bigger scale or on a deeper level, okay? So types of messages that I get from other companies that I'm subscribed to are things like this, the Hypebeast email here. Private sale, 30% off selected regular priced items. So it's a private sale only for people that have only bought through HBX in the past. So not everyone gets the sale. So obviously, straight off the bat, it makes me feel a little bit exclusive, and it makes me more engaged with the brand. I feel like I'm like the in circle with these guys because they're sending me exclusive sales and stuff like that. So this is the kind of thing you want to establish with your existing customers. You want to make them feel important. You want to make them feel like they're part of a family, part of a tribe. And this is all the after purchase sort of content that you should be pushing. And not all of it is sales messages. Other things are like just personal letters from business owners, for example, or just the feedback survey could be another example of after purchase content. Okay. So I've just kind of just ran through this really quick so you guys get a basic understanding of the sales process and how to apply the sales process in digital marketing terms. Now, if you guys have been following me on my Facebook, which just fucking got disabled, by the way. So if you guys have been trying to hit me up on Facebook, I'm sorry it got disabled. I'm trying to get it back ASAP. But yeah, I didn't delete you or nothing. It's just, yeah, Facebook being a bitch. But anyways, essentially, I would have shared some of my Facebook ad results with you guys, and you guys would have seen some crazy cost per purchase prices. Like sometimes I'm getting purchases at like $3, $4, $5 and stuff like that. And people are like, how the fuck are you doing that? How are you getting purchases so cheap? It's because I warm up my audience and I target different messages for different people that are in the different stages of my sales process. So for example, if I'm promoting let's say a baby pacifier, right? I don't want to just promote 50% off this baby pacifier today to everyone that's into like baby pacifiers and baby brands. What I want to do is I want to warm up the audience first. I want to segregate my audience to see who are actual potential buyers and who are not. So the top funnel content I might push is something like the top 5 baby pacifier brands that you should know of in 2020. And it's just a short blog article or a one-page download thing where people just check out like the top 5 brands that you kind of plugged. And this is just content. It's not, you're not selling anything, but you're pre-qualifying people, because as soon as someone downloads that or views that blog, you already know that they're interested in buying baby pacifiers, because otherwise why would they be looking at the top 5 baby pacifiers of 2020 unless they have some sort of weird fetish about baby pacifiers, because they're obviously in the market to buy a baby pacifier, right? So they'll be looking at that article. So what I do is then everyone that's hit that article, I retarget them to the middle funnel, which is more of my sales message. I go, hey, did you know that this baby pacifier is different to the other brands because of this? And so I introduce my product to the middle funnel and go, hey, this is a sick solution to traditional baby pacifiers out there because it has this extra feature. Okay, and then after I promote that middle funnel content, what I do is everyone that's visited my website or added that product to cart or initiated the checkout through that middle funnel content I promoted, I retarget them again with a more aggressive sales message. I go, hey, you almost checked out this thing. Don't miss out on it. There's only 50 of these left. Come back today and buy it and get 10% off your order. So I want them to commit to making that purchase there and there. And how I do this is not only through the Facebook ads, but I do abandoned cart email sequences. So I send out emails to everyone that abandoned their checkout going, hey, you left something in your cart, why don't you come back? And I don't stop there. I actually send 3 emails in a row, maybe spaced out a few hours at a time, because I want to be aggressive in this stage, because chances are if they don't commit to a sale in this stage, you're probably going to lose them, and they're probably never going to convert into a customer of yours. So you want to be aggressive here. So what I do is the first message I go, hey, you left something in your cart, come back and collect it before it's sold out. The second email I send out is, hey, come back now and get 10% off your order today if you finish off your order today. And then the last email that I send is, hey, there's only a few of these left, but today we're offering free shipping. So redeem your cart now and get free shipping on your entire order. And this is how I set up my abandoned cart sequence, okay? And it works pretty well. So that's a tip for you guys to do as well. And not only there, I actually do Facebook ads for my retargeted audiences. So what I do is I download all my view content, my add to cart, my initiate checkout audiences, and I create a custom audience on Facebook, and I target different messages to these guys that are a bit more salesy, a bit more aggressive than the top funnel content stuff that I'm promoting. Okay, and this is a trick that you guys should use, especially if you guys are running a brand. It's going to help not only get cheaper sales for you, but more you're going to get more qualified customers and more people that are loyal to your brand or your business at the end of the day. Okay, so I know a lot of people in drop shipping, they like to just go straight for the sale and it's all about the immediate sale, all that kind of stuff, which is all good. I do that stuff as well. But if you're selling more of a high ticket item, for example, or something that needs a bit more consideration for them to think about it before they commit to making a sale, you want to implement this sales funnel, the top funnel, middle funnel, and bottom funnel process. Okay, you want to apply that with everything. Okay. So I hope you guys are following along here. If you guys have any questions now about the sales funnel stuff, I'll go ahead and answer that before I move on to the next part of my presentation, which would be all about building a team and developing a product launching system. So yeah, if you guys have any questions now about the sales process or the sales funnel, go ahead and just ask me some shit in the chat, and I'll spend a few minutes to kind of just answer some questions about it before I move along. Fuck those comments, yeah. Oh, smash this video like if you can as well. It helps my algorithm. Thank you. So do you guys have any questions about the sales process or the sales funnel at all? Some comments. Some comments, yeah. Okay, no questions? Okay, if there's no questions, I'll go ahead and move along to the next part of the presentation then. Okay, so the next part of the presentation, it's about building a product launching system. So let's get into it, okay? So if you guys have been following my 100K challenge, we're in week 6 now, obviously, and if you guys are kind of just up to speed to where I am, I'm at that stage where I need to build a team and kind of need to outsource everything because there's too much going on at this stage. And so I'm going to explain a little bit about how to do this and what you should be doing to build a 7-figure e-commerce dropshipping business, okay? Okay, so let's go. So building a team. A lot of people have been asking me, how do I build my team? For me, I use virtual assistants for most of my staffing, and this is how I go about it. So I use either a website called Upwork or onlinejobs.ph. I hire virtual assistants from the Philippines mostly because for one, they're pretty good at English, and for two, they're quite reliable and hardworking. So I go ahead and go onlinejobs.ph, and a bunch of Filipinos on there just looking for online jobs, okay? So I go in there and I I look for customer support, customer service staff, and if they have Shopify experience, that's a plus for me as well. But that's not a prerequisite, as long as they have some experience in customer support and customer service. And then the next task I look for to outsource is the order fulfillment, because obviously if you're clocking over 50, 100, 200, 300 orders per day, unless you're doing bulk CSV drop shipping, it's a little bit time consuming for you to go ahead and fulfill orders manually. So I like to, for one, I like to use bulk CSV drop shipping. I use an app called Exporter app, and essentially what it does is it just downloads my daily orders into an Excel sheet, and then I forward that onto my supplier. It makes it a lot easier than fulfilling orders on Oberlo one by one, for instance. Okay. But say you don't want to use CSV dropshipping, or it's a little bit difficult with you because you're using AliExpress standard shipping or something like that, I'd go ahead and get the upgraded version of Oberlo if you're using AliExpress to dropship, and then I would go ahead and hire an order fulfillment staff, okay? Usually someone that does order fulfillment is also kind of experienced in customer service as well. So this usually is the same person, but sometimes it can be two separate people as well. So at the moment, I've hired someone that actually does both. So she handles my customer support and does my order fulfillment and speaks to my supplier and all that kind of stuff as well. So she's quite good, and I'm paying a decent coin to get her to work with me full time. But there are people that are just willing to work a few hours a day just for like $3 or $4 US per hour, okay? And most people on online jobs, they're around $3 to $7 per hour. God fucking damn, the police out here going crazy, son. Holy shit. Anyways, god fucking damn, bro. Whew. Yeah, so the typical people you'll find on online jobs.ph, they'll be charging $3 to $7 USD per hour. So that's the typical ballpark figure you should be looking at when hiring staff. Okay, and I like to give each staff member around like 2 to 6 hours, maybe even 8 hours per day, depending on the scale of your business. And the other task that I outsource is the social media management, more specifically the social media post moderation. So if you guys don't have filter words set up on your pages and stuff like that, your posts can get a little bit spammy and a little bit negative at times, with people just going like saying some bullshit comments and stuff. So you want to be on top of this, because it's going to affect your CPMs if all your comments are negative and there's a lot of fucking bad shit on there and nothing gets replied to, okay? Facebook will penalize you because it will pick it up as bad content. So you want to always moderate your posts, especially if you got an ad that's scaled. So I go ahead and hire social media staff that's around the clock that just answers comments and deletes comments and all that kind of stuff every day. And this is something you want to implement, because otherwise it's going to start affecting your ad delivery if you're using Facebook ads to advertise, especially if you're scaling up that one ad set, or one ad creative. Okay, if your ad, so my winning ad at the moment has over 10,000 likes and a fucking million comments. So I don't even know half the comments that are in there. I have my staff manage that full time for me, because it's just out of my scope at the moment. I have too much other shit to deal with, but I recognize that it's important. So I hire someone full time to kind of just moderate all my posts. Okay, and then the interview process, this is what I do, okay? So I just go browse through these websites, Upwork or online jobs, and I just go through different application, different resumes on there. So I would just look at like customer service Shopify, and there'll be like thousands of fucking resumes on that site. I just go ahead and browse and read through each one and pick the best ones, and then I private message the ones that I pick, or email them, and then I say, hey, this is my company, we're looking to hire this person for this role, would you be interested? If so, would you be willing to set up a interview with me via Skype or Zoom? And usually the good ones will get back to you within 24 hours or 48 hours, and you go off and set up your interview. I like to conduct mine on Skype, and then in the interview you would just ask them a whole bunch of questions about their previous work history, about their experience, and then tell them a little bit about yourself, and then kind of just work out like their availability and stuff like that. And then if they're all good, I'll go ahead and offer them a 2-week paid trial, which I pay all my stuff every week, every Sunday of every week, and I pay them just through PayPal. But off the bat, you don't want to just kind of give them the role off the bat. You want to trial them out, especially if they're virtual assistants. You kind of need to establish a level of trust with them and need to know their kind of like their work level and all that kind of stuff. So you offer them a 2-week trial and see how they go. And then within the first day or two, I kind of just like make sure I'm holding their hand across everything, and I train them up with every little thing that's involved with my business and their role. And then, I'll just kind of monitor them over the 2 weeks, see their performance. I've had stuff that are just shit, so I'll just cut it short, just like within a day or two, so they don't. Yeah, so like you will know straight away once someone works with you whether they're good or not. So I've had a few virtual assistants that were just fucking terrible. So I just went ahead and cut them loose in the first couple of days. But then other ones that are kind of good, more good, I would go ahead and offer them like a full-time position after the 2 weeks or something like that. Okay, and typically you kind of want to offer them around 4 hours per day, just so they have some sort of like commitment on their end, because if you're only offering them like an hour per day, they're probably going to go off and look for other jobs and stuff, because you're not giving them enough work. Whereas if you're giving them like 4 to 8 hours per day, you're essentially taking up, you're probably going to be their number one like kind of like business that you give them, so they're going to be more willing to commit to your business. Okay. And I manage all my virtual assistants through this messaging app called Slack. So you guys can go ahead and use that too if you want. So once you've got a team involved and you got kind of everything kind of rolling and you're kind of ready to scale up, what you want to do is you want to develop a product launching system, because essentially this is the bread and butter of your dropshipping business. If you're not constantly launching products, then you're not giving yourself a good chance in this business. It's pretty much the bloodline of your business is testing new products, okay? This is what the 80% of what dropshippers don't get. It's like, it's all about creating the system rather than promoting that one product. So this is how I develop my product launching system. I use either Asana or Trello to create just different categories for the different steps of my product. So I have product ideas to begin with, where I kind of just list all the products that I am interested in kind of promoting. And then out of those, I would just go ahead and pick the best ones and chuck them to the approved column. And then after they've been approved, I'll go ahead and do the copywriting, the big idea for it. And after I've developed the marketing angle for that, I outsource to my video editor to do the first draft of the video. And then once that first draft comes back, I submit changes and all that kind of stuff. And then I'll go ahead and just kind of launch the ad if it's all good. Okay, so this is how I develop my product launching system. And what I do is I constantly look for new products every day. So I actually am in the middle of hiring a product research team, because I have so much going on right now with my business. The Fed's out here going crazy, bro. God damn. Because I have so much shit to do with my business and the Fed's out here hating, I have to have someone always looking for new products. So I'm going to go ahead and hire some product research staff this week to constantly look for products and to add to those the product ideas column that I have in Asana. So I pick out hundreds of products a week. 100 is actually my number that I go with. I try to find 100 products per week. And then out of that 100, I filter down to the top 30 products that I'm interested in promoting, which make it to my Asana list. Prior to that, it's just all in a Word document or a Google document or just in my Messenger or some shit like that, okay? And then out of the 30 products that I've filtered down, I launch a minimum of 5 products per week. Okay, and this is something that's probably only possible once you have a team working with you. If you're doing this solo dolo, chances are you're not going to find the time, especially if you have a winning product on the go, to launch 5 products per week, let alone find 30 products to even consider launching, okay? So this involves a lot of fucking manpower. So you want to establish a team before you develop a product research system, product launching system. That's it. Okay, that's it. All right. Did I lag out? I think that's the end of the presentation for this week. I kind of rushed through it a little bit, but if you guys have questions, feel free to ask me. And yeah, I can't freaking participate in my Facebook group at the moment because my account is banned. So you guys are gonna have to just chat through here, chat through email. Um, and then if you guys are booked in on my course on Saturday, I'll still see you on Saturday. But essentially, that's this week. If you guys have any feedback, any questions, please feel free to ask in the chat. And yeah, that's it. No, Christian, I'm not specific to one niche. I'm open to all niches. Yeah, I'm very open at the start. And even if it's like doesn't suit the niche that I'm involved in, I'll still consider it and consider like creating a new website or entering that niche. Fuck, is there a delay? Fuck, my bad, guys. Yo, on a side note, I was listening to 50 Cent's new audiobook yesterday on Audible, and that shit is so good, bro. It's called Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter, and that shit is so sick, bro. It's fucking fire. Shout out to 50. That's a fucking lit book. My highest performing asset in my CBO campaigns are saying learning limited, but still getting a lot of daily sales. Um, yeah, JP, if it's in the learning limited stage, you can aggressively scale because even if it's learning or limited learning, that means it's still in the learning stage. So you can scale aggressively in this stage. You can either double your budget, or what I do is I duplicate my CBO into a new CBO with double that budget. And then I'll just let it run until it's not profitable, and then I'll turn it off, and then double it again if it's working, and so on and so on. Yeah, learning limited. Yeah, I would go ahead and double that budget, man. It's going to be your probably the best opportunity you have to scale aggressively in the learning stage or the learning limited stage. Do you guys want to update on my sales numbers this so far? So what are we? 6 days into the month, and I'm on 65K in 6 days. Not too bad for one of my stores. Um, when you find a product you want to promote and build that website, are you making that a store based on that specific product, or are you making you can do both, Christian. I like to make it based on that niche just in case that one product doesn't work, so I can test more products of that niche. But you can go ahead and create a one product store as well. A lot of dropshippers do that, and there's a lot of really good one product stores out there. So yeah, it really depends on the product. I think if it was a bit of a higher price point product, I would consider doing a one product store for if it suits it. Yeah, I like to test ad sets for 2 days minimum, just because although Facebook is more consistent than like Instagram shoutouts and stuff, it is still inconsistent sometimes. So you still want to make sure you're testing for 2 days, just in case there's an off day or something, or just in case there's not enough time for that ad set to optimize. Shout out to 50. Can you use Upwork to find a video graphic guy? Yes, you can. Try look at onlinejobs.ph. It's probably a little bit cheaper than Upwork, but Upwork probably has a little bit more quality than online jobs. You either with me or against me. What's been happening in my Facebook group, guys? I've been fucking missing out. Because obviously my Facebook's fucking disabled at the moment. Squad, 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 squad. Alright, cool. If there's no more questions, I'll go ahead and finish this stream. Thanks for tapping in. So we're in week 6 right now. Week 7, I'm going to delve into email marketing, Instagram marketing, and other channels. I might touch on private labeling as well. And then I might touch on scaling to other countries. And yeah, shit, I can't believe it's week 7 already next week. My payments for cut, probably too many payments. Yeah. Damn, feds out here going crazy today, bro. Fuck the police. Alright, I better gap it, guys. Feds are knocking on my door right now. Thanks for joining the call. Smash this video a like. Share it on my Facebook group if you can. And I don't know what I'm going to do about my Facebook yet, but like, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully I'll just get it back. But if not, I don't know. I'll see you guys on my YouTube next week. Where is the best place to contact you now that Facebook is down? Christian, either just like YouTube or email, or if you have me on Instagram. Any advice to prevent PayPal holds? Submit tracking. So I'm dealing with PayPal holds at the moment as well, and I submit tracking as soon as I have tracking for that order or whatever. And yeah, that'll make your hold release a little bit sooner than later. All right. That's it, guys.